Hey guys, it's Jacob with J&J Engraves, bringing you a video today. We're talking about how to clean up your photo engravings and my process for that. I've had a lot of people ask me what I do to clean up my photo engravings in the end. Um, so I'm going to walk you guys through that. I have an engraving going now. And once that's finished up, I'm going to pull it out of there. I'm going to show you guys my process and just sand it in front of you and show you guys what I'm doing. Not the best cameraman. I need to buy like a little tripod thingy. That would probably make things better. But anyways, you'll need 220 grit sandpaper. That's what you'll be needing. Orbital sander, if you have it, makes it a little easier for the backside. To get that all cleaned up, you don't have to worry about messing up any engraving on that. So you can use an orbital sander on the backside to clean that side up. And then I use an air compressor to blow all the sawdust out, or you can use a brush, or you can use both. Sometimes I'll use both. And then you'll need gloss clear coat or satin clear coat to finish the piece with. So that's what we'll be doing today. I'm going to show you guys that, and we're going to watch the piece run in the machine, and then I'm going to take it out and sand it. So thanks for watching. Alright, so there's the engraving. You can see, pretty ugly. I've not done anything to it. Here's the back of it. See that? There's my sandpaper. I just take it and fold it up where it fits nice in my 3 fingers. Do what's comfortable for you, but that's how I do it. You can take your piece. You can do it a couple of ways. You want to check and see what your grain pattern is. If you just having a hard time on the front, just turn it around. You can usually tell that way. Just going back and forth across the picture. You want to either go that way, or I do small circles. That's what I usually do, but back and forth across in small circles. You don't want to go up and down though. You'll see that in the clear coat whenever you put that on, and it'll look terrible. So I don't recommend going against the grain when you're sanding. That's my experience, at least. There's probably a woodworking expert who could tell me different, but this is all you gotta do. I'm gonna clean this up, and then we're gonna roll with it, and I'm gonna do it a few seconds slow, and then I'm gonna speed up. And you'll start noticing some details popping out, but you won't be able to tell exactly how much you've gotten until you hit it with an air compressor, or if you have a brush, you can use that instead. But I use the air compressor. It's a little faster, and I think it does a better job. Sometimes I'll still hit it with a brush, though. Sometimes the compressed air doesn't get everything. So up there at the top, you got a lot of charring going on, so I told you not to go up and down. So we're going to go back and forth across that top piece there to get that charring off. Make it nice and white. I'm not really showing you guys anything. I'm doing a terrible job of that, but so you can see it's just kind of dusty and powdery, but I'm getting as much of the orange off. That's like the nasty char. You don't really want that. Some people leave it on there, but I think it looks ugly. I want my engravings to look good without the char. I want the engraving to shine, not the mess that it leaves behind. So I get all of that off. But you want to be careful not to over sand. And once you do it a few times, you'll start feeling the difference when you're rubbing the sandpaper across of whether or not you're like making a whether it's the gunk or whether you're hitting wood. You'll start getting more of a feel for it the more you do it. And you just kind of keep lightly going over it. You're 220 grit, so you're not going to like destroy anything. You can even go lighter at 320, but you're just going to work harder, especially get that laser gunk off. I find 220 is a good little area for me to use. And this is Baltic birch wood, by the way, if I haven't said so already. But I use 220 grit on most woods. Can't really think of anything I wouldn't use it on, but I use a lot of Baltic birch for my engravings, especially photo engravings. It just does really well for that. Maple's another good one, but alright, so I've done sanded the living crap out of it with this sandpaper, and you can see it's not very beautiful. at all. So now I've got my compressed air, and we're going to sorry about that. But there it is. After everything's said and done. Alright, went back over it one more time just to get a few little orange spots I missed, but there it is, all cleaned up. Now I'm going to hit it with some clear coat, so I'm going to do that real quick and let that dry. I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like after the clear coat's done. I like showing it off after that because once you add a clear coat, it'll add a layer of contrast. It changes things sometimes, and a lot of times for the better. So let me do that real quick, and I'll show you guys the end results. And for this example, I'm just going to be using some Krylon gloss clear coat. This stuff here, pretty basic. You can find it about anywhere. Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. Most hardware stores have it. So I like satin better on my engravings, my images typically. But that's been hard to find for some reason, so we're going with this today. Alright, so we still got to let that dry, but there she is, clear coated. And came out pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. The original picture, I guess I could show that, but you know what? I will real quick. Let's do that. So there's the original picture, and there's what I produced. Pretty close, pretty close. But yeah, good stuff. Just throw some clear coat on it, 220 grit sandpaper, and a little elbow grease. If you have an orbital sander, you can just take this backside and just hit it with the orbital sander, get those edges and get everything nice and white and looking good. And it'll be a lot quicker than hand sanding the backside, so I would just use an orbital sander on that. So. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you learned something cool, be sure you like the video and all that good stuff. It's starting to rain here, so that'll be fun. But have a good day. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a good time with your laser beams.